Electrama, Shri R.K. Chuk and Mr. Vipul Rai, Vice Presidents of IEEMA, or very good old Mr. Sunil Mishra, DG IEEMA, who is almost a member of our team, Odisha now, my colleague Sadiq Alam, representatives from leading manufacturers, electrical equipment manufacturers association IEEMA, and my senior colleagues from Energy Department, GRIDCO, OPTCL, all the 4 distribution companies, OPGC, OHPC, and other invited delegates. First and foremost, I extend a very warm welcome once again to the senior team from IEEMA, including the President and other senior office bearers, who have accepted our invitation to organize an executive committee meeting as well as a buyer seller meet at Bhubaneswar, and I would say it is being organized at an opportune moment, at a moment in time when we have witnessed one of the greatest exercises in post-natural disaster restoration of critical infrastructure in our country. How this meeting came about, why we are here today on this occasion, I am sure that our DG and President must have informed you, but even at the cost of repetition, I would like to take you through one or two incidents which actually enabled this meeting today. My colleague Sadiq has given you a very wide description, a very detailed analysis of how it was possible for us to manage such a huge effort, to mount an effort of this scale and magnitude in a very short period of time, in extremely adverse weather conditions, inhospitable terrain, and with all the difficulties which even in normal circumstances electrical work is required to face. In such a situation, how we were able to mount an effort of this scale and magnitude and achieve reasonable amount of success here, very ably explained to you. I would just touch on some of critical learning points. What is it that we can use this episode as a learning experience, both on the part of administrators, distribution utilities, and on the part of electrical equipment manufacturers? What does it indicate to us as a template? Can this be used as an example for future? And what lies ahead for us, particularly in Odisha and in Eastern India, in terms of growth and development of the power transmission and distribution industry? Now, Odisha is prone to natural disasters. Entire eastern coast of India suffers recurrent natural disasters, most importantly cyclones, tropical cyclones, and floods. Northeast India also suffers recurrent floods. Several parts of East Coast, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, some parts of even West Coast, Kerala, Gujarat, Maharashtra, they are all vulnerable to recurrent natural disasters. These disasters have been increasing in frequency as well as ferocity, which means that we have experienced in the last 2 decades or so that the number of these events are increasing in frequency. We are having more frequent cyclones and floods. We are also experiencing that with every episode of flood and cyclone, the ferocity, the strength with which it hits us, the episode hits us, is also increasing. Now people say that probably it is related to global warming, climate change, or there must be some reason in which needs to be analyzed in scientific terms why this is happening, why this frequency is increasing, why this velocity is increasing. But keeping that apart, for us in this room who are dealing with power transmission and distribution, this has certain important portents. I mean, we need to acknowledge this as an important parameter of our work. Whether I am an administrator, Sadiq is a CEO of a distribution company, we have other MDs of distribution companies here, we have officers from government, OPTCL, finance, HR, and you are all electrical equipment manufacturers. For us, this is something which we cannot lose sight of. Like we respond to several other happenings in our country. When we know that 5 years from now there is going to be an election. We know that every year there will be a budget. We know that power systems will undergo a technological change, advancement every 5 to 10 years. Technology will change, manufacturing practices will change, procurement practices will change. These are situations which we are used to respond to. For instance, I am sure that IEEMA would respond to some of the interventions which the union budget has brought out. You are supposed to respond to it. You are supposed to react to it. You are supposed to make changes in the way you work, organize your business with these happenings. My suggestion is that recurrent natural calamities is something which is another parameter to which we must learn to respond in newer ways as we go forward, because this is something which is likely to happen, which is happening on a more frequent scale. So that is the first learning point which we have, and that is why we are having this meeting. See, normally meetings between manufacturers and procurers keep happening, but the reasons are different. Reasons are to look into what is my business plan, what is my transmission plan, what is my distribution plan. Do we have sufficient capacity in the country to cater to the requirements of an emerging power transmission and distribution sector? These are our normal modes of engagement. Today, we must acknowledge that an important engagement between procurers and manufacturers must be how to respond to an emergency situation. That is something which is very important. It is as important for us in government as it should be important for you in the private manufacturing sector. That is the first point. And I am sure that IEEMA within its executive committee, amongst its members, would acknowledge this as one of the important parameters of our engagement. Now, what is the difference between an emergency situation and a normal situation? Normal situation is, in Odisha I have a budget of about 3,000 crores per annum. Other states might be having even larger or smaller budgets. We go with procurement. Some states it is handled well, some other states may not be handled so well. There are occasions where we need to improve this engagement also. Our normal procurement practices should improve, they should become more modern, they should become more transparent, and it should lead to a general satisfaction, sense of satisfaction in both partners, the procurers as well as manufacturers. In a normal situation, this becomes more acute. There is no known format, no known template, no rules and regulation available in a situation when 2 lakh poles are required in 2 to 3 days, or 10,000 distribution transformers are to be procured immediately, or 30,000 kilometers of conductors are required tomorrow, or 20,000 kilometers of AB cable is required in the next 7 days, or 80,000 pairs of polymer insulators are required immediately, or you need 10,000 skilled workers tomorrow. Is there any known template for it? No template. Is there any general financial rule or standard bidding document or CVC guideline? Do they provide for it? No, they do not provide for it. Therefore, one biggest learning point from episodes of this nature is that our normal engagement being what it is, even there are reasons for bringing massive improvement. We must have some system in place for responding to such emergency situations in a standard manner. Now, how can that be done? This is something which I leave for